we go. It's on. Um, so I know we want to potentially demonstrate the raft system. Um, we don't
Mhm.
have to do that right this second, but that'd be cool to maybe take a look at. I don't know if you can, if it's gonna, will it let you share your screen?
I think so.
Okay. Listen,
Let's
um,
see.
definitely interested in checking that out.
Yeah, I think it'd be good to just kind of run through like creating a raffle so people can just kind of see like just how you do it. And
Definitely.
then I think I changed the webhook so it should be sending it to the Darkcoin, like the right channels in the Darkcoin Discord. So yeah, hopefully everything works as intended. It'd be pretty
Right.
embarrassing.
Eh, I mean,
But yeah.
you're gonna have some bugs. It happens.
Can you see the screen?
Yep.
Okay.
Looks like we're on the tools page.
Yeah, so we're going to the tools and then right now this is what it looks like and it's like pretty bare bones. Like it's not there definitely could be some work like done on like the UI
Hmm.
side of it. But yeah, that's kind of the strategy is just to get this stuff out like quickly and then have people like get their hands on it and um gather feedback and kind of improve, once people have a chance to like test it out.
Yeah.
And it could just be me being like lazy about being very like super thorough on all the testing. Um, but yeah, we could
Well,
call it like a beta, the beta version or something.
yeah,
Um,
for sure.
so pretty much this is what the create form looks like. You can add up to 4 different assets for the
Hmm.
reward. And then yeah, pretty much you just go here and type in, your asset ID, and then you would type in the amount you want to reward someone.
Okay.
Um, and then yeah, that amount is the this the standard amount. So if you're trying to, we have 6 decimals for Darkcoin. Um, so we would say, let me, I'll just create a raffle right now, and then we can see if it's working as intended.
Okay.
So I'll just say like, okay, we'll do 10,000. So it's like if it was an atomic amount, it would be this with 6 zeros.
Okay.
Um, but it's just it looks up the asset and sees how many decimals it has and makes that adjustment.
Okay.
Um, and then um, I was hoping this could be like kind of like maybe the first like real raffle. So I kind of wanted it to make it like somewhat like worth it to like buy into.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so maybe I'll throw in
Yeah, I can reimburse you if you want to use some Darkcoin or Nico or uh trying to think. I've also got some Algo Leagues token. And we've got a lot of champions in the vault too. Um, so 'cause it's cool that
okay.
you can do like tokens and NFTs as rewards. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty flexible. I
mm,
I'm not sure if it's set up to that you can do like algo with it. I think it's maybe just ASAs right now, but that could be
yeah,
something that comes pretty soon. So this should be the Dark Knight helm that I'm adding to the rewards.
okay,
Um, and then down here you say the ticket price. So we could just say like 100 dart coin or something.
Yeah.
You can also buy as many tickets as you want. Um,
Okay.
so I guess like looking down here, it's like someone made this raffle, it looks like, and the rewards is 100 dart coin, and the amount is 50, the ticket price is 50,000 or
Okay.
100,000 and 50,000. So, you can kind of game it out. Like this one's pretty easy to see. Like, after two tickets are bought, maybe it's not worth paying the ticket price because,
Yeah.
chances are you're not gonna get
It's kind of an
the reward.
unbalanced risk reward there for a raffle, Usually the raffle
Yeah,
ticket is a fraction of the value of the prize, not like
like
50%,
half of it. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I mean it's pretty open, for like whatever people, want to put in for these values, they can do that. And it says time left, negative 5.8 more days. So this one's ready to be like, spun, and the winners can be selected, and like all the rewards can go out.
Okay.
Um, but I guess we'll put this as 7 days, like, or maybe we'll do 14 days because it might take a little time for this video to come out. Um, so yeah, and then it also says how many rounds. So it pretty much tries to find the average round time on the
Okay.
chain. And then it says, okay, like if you want it to be 14 days, we're gonna allow this raffle to be cashed out, this many rounds from now. It's
That
kind
makes
of like
sense.
yeah, it's kind of like an approximation kind of thing.
Yeah, because there's a
Um,
there's a fluctuation to how long the rounds will go, but I mean there you just go by the average time, right?
um, yeah, it takes like the last 100 blocks, I think, and see like just checks how much
Yeah,
time on average those took.
that
Um,
seems pretty reasonable.
so I'm looking at my phone, and it's having me send 10,000 dart coin and one of those character traits to the contract. So sending transaction. Okay, so it looks like it worked there. So I need to set it up to like, refetch the data for the raffles, but essentially if you refresh this, um, it should pull in all the right data. Just make sure I'm not downloading.
Right. So they'll just populate in here like a grid. Okay. I mean that's
Yeah, it'll
pretty
be essentially, yeah, it'll be like,
yeah.
you know, and yeah, like I guess I'll reinstate that. There definitely could be some UI work done, but that's
Yeah.
kind of just how I roll.
I mean
Uh,
this is pretty easy to expand on anyway from the styling perspective. Just it's a clean wireframe,
yeah,
so for
yeah,
sure.
that's kind of the idea. It's
Hmm.
just make it visible, and um, try to get like the functionality down.
Right.
So yeah, so now I can click on this. Each of those things are buttons, and um, so since this account made this raffle, it's not gonna let me buy a ticket for it.
Okay.
Um, And this transaction history and address odds, they're blank right now because there's no tickets bought.
Okay.
Um, I wonder, would you want to go in maybe and buy a ticket for
Yes.
this? Okay,
Let me do
so
that right now, actually. Let's see.
yeah, I'll stop sharing. And hopefully, like the
Let me
recording's
share my
picking up.
screen and do it. Let's see. I'll just do the entire screen. Okay. So, can you see everything okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Sure, I don't have anything weird. Don't ask about Microsoft Edge. I don't know why it runs faster than Chrome does. Let's
Like
see.
looking at all your tabs, see if you have anything like embarrassing popped up.
Oh no. Just that Microsoft Edge was the most embarrassing thing I saw. This was it
Yeah,
right
true.
here.
Yeah.
Let's see. I
Yeah.
think I need to connect.
Oh yeah.
Give it a second to load here.
It looks like it connected for you.
I think it's been a while since I've used it in my computers. So. Oh wait, it's trying
Mhm.
to. No, 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 no. There we go. Sorry about that.
Oh, good.
I got it now. Still bitter about them getting rid of the Paro web wallet, but
Oh yeah.
I guess there was a security issue then. It's necessary. My cat's screaming at me now.
Little orange guy.
Yeah. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Hold on, let me
You
refresh
might,
this now.
yeah. Refresh it.
There we go.
Okay.
My connection is just garbage. Okay, so let's
Yeah, it's
see.
okay.
So I could just buy a
Okay.
ticket right here.
So yeah, you could just buy one ticket if you want. Um,
Yeah, I'll buy one for now. Okay, so it populates.
so yeah, so that stuff pops up. And that just says like takes in all the accounts that bought tickets and just shows, what the odds are winning.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then yeah, that graph is like ticket history. So it's every time someone buys a ticket, it's gonna pop up a new bar
Okay.
showing the
So
address.
this is a single white bar I'm looking at right here then. Got it.
Yeah, just because there's just one. Um, so yeah, so you go in and
I'm gonna
do a
just for
different wallet.
demonstration purposes. Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly. Let's see. There we go. So now if I buy two with this ticket or with this wallet,
Mhm.
sorry, I'm stumbling all over my words like I'm Joe Biden right now.
Yeah, that was pretty
I hated watching
pretty
that. I
yeah.
hated the whole thing. So
It
much
looked
for
like
American exceptionalism.
yeah, looked like
Okay,
he
so
was
now you got.
like tripping out at some point in that debate. So yeah, it's like the bar is going to resemble how many they bought. So, if someone buys like 10, that will show up as like a pretty,
Okay.
like a longer bar on there. And that's pretty much just to like just kind of see what's going on, there's because we were kind of trying to address that issue with,
Mm-hmm.
someone creates a raffle and then they log in with a new wallet and then they buy like tickets to their own raffle.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually when the raffle is like completed, there'll be a winner selected, and then all the ticket earnings will go to the person that created the raffle.
Right.
And yeah, so if someone was buying their own tickets, then essentially that money would be like coming back to them, and um and they would have a chance to win their own raffle, which um
It's a little
is a
shady.
little sleazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um
Um,
but
for
that
sure.
yeah, like the ticket history is kind of supposed to try to like show us any signs of that pretty much. Um, if someone,
Definitely.
I don't know, we have it so when the time is up, um, I think right now my wallet can send out the rewards, and so pretty much it like randomizes, the addresses, all the tickets and everything, and selects one winner.
Okay.
Um, and so for now, I think that's how we're gonna do it, just so we can like kind of check it out before it just automatically sends it out. Um, just to see if there's any like funny business going on there.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure. And I think it also helps that people can't like they're not instantly getting tokens from the ticket sales. So I can't go raffle and then list the ticket price at whatever. And as soon as someone buys a ticket, I go and buy a ticket myself with the money that they just sent me.
mhm.
Basically, they would just be able to buy an infinite amount of tickets because every time they buy a ticket, they'd get the tokens back for it, right? So claiming them
Yeah.
at the end kind of prevents any kind of like washing the tickets like that. And like I think is the then using a proxy kind of pretty much any raffle is susceptible to it unless there's like some added rules or something, beyond just
Mhm.
selling tickets and randomly drawing one. But I
Mhm.
think limiting creators from not being able to buy directly from the raffle is important because they shouldn't.
Uh,
We don't want to endorse that. So it would force
mhm.
them to use proxy. And then there's like these block explorers out there like Para that will show you whose wallet funded an address. So that sometimes that can kind of
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
people doing something like that, like shoot themselves in the foot. It does take a little bit of detective work, but I think for the most part, people using this tool are going to be people like us or like other project creators who are going to
Mhm.
they're going to want like a real person to win the reward because then that person's going to go post about that on social media and tag that project and it's
Yeah.
gonna whereas it seems kind of aim right to go try to win the reward back yourself and just siphon a couple tokens off the top. But um you'll always
Uh,
have scammers. We were talking about that one earlier, but uh you know
mhm.
it is what it is. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
having it at least broken down like this gives a layer of transparency so someone buying a ticket for any given raffle can kind of make the decision with the a little bit of data that's, made easy for them to sit here. I think I could probably help with touching some of these styles up. So
Uh-huh.
definitely, definitely going in the right direction, I think. So, and
Yeah.
does the winner of the raffle win all the prizes that are set, or is it like if you do four prizes, there could potentially be four different winners? Just out of curiosity.
Um, no, it's just one winner gets it all right
Okay,
now.
winner gets
Yeah.
all. That's cool though. Hey,
Yeah. Yeah. There's definitely
and
some things, that could be, added on to it. Um,
yeah,
but yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be good just to kind of get, people testing it out and it'd probably be worth it for some people to check it out if there's some like assets up for rewards and if not many people are buying tickets, then it makes it, you know, more more worth it, to buy a ticket because you got greater odds or whatever to win.
for
So
sure.
yeah, there's like an incentive there to just check it out to see if it's something you want to buy into and um but yeah, I'm trying to be, pretty upfront about how it works and some of the issues, with the raffle and the whole like proxy wallet thing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, for
but
sure.
yeah,
Give It makes
like you were
sense.
saying, the like I think, it'll say like who proposed it, and so we could give like, the nod to certain addresses saying like yeah this team proposed it, so or like we're proposing this one, so people might be able to trust it a little bit more. um
Yeah, maybe if we could play with the UI a little bit and get like the NFDs up there. So I feel like someone
mm,
using an NFD, especially like a project NFD, like they're less likely to be scamming than just some anonymous wallet because oh, we're gonna have to restart the meeting here in a little bit. I guess I was incorrect
oh,
about the
okay.
time
How
frame there,
much?
but let me see something real quick. Oh yeah, we got about 9 minutes and 40 seconds left, so uh we can run that out and then um
Hmm.
I'll send another link over. Uh I did notice the dynamic URL has the user's wallet, the creator's wallet.
Hmm.
So like if
uh
this wallet made more than one raffle, would they just like appear like underneath each other here?
it's actually set so that only one person could have a raffle, like one wallet could have a raffle out.
It
um
actually kind of makes sense though to do it that way because if one wallet can create multiple raffles, then it could create more like opportunities for one wallet to wash tokens between the
hmm.
raffles if they were kind of doing what you're saying. And um yeah, that I think that's a pretty reasonable limitation, at least right now while it's in beta, unless that's something that
Hmm.
people see like is really necessary. But
Yeah. Yeah,
it's cool.
ultimately it'd probably be good to, get just see what people have to say and maybe we could collect like a bunch of feedback or things people want to change and could run it through the DAO and just see like because there's some things it's
Absolutely.
like, yeah, I could go like either way on this. Um so yeah, it's just kind of like getting it out, um, breaking it, just like
Yeah.
and nothing, we have control of the contract that's being used. So, um, I'm pretty confident that like no one's gonna lose like their stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, for sure. And we're gonna have non-existent domain. I'm sure he's gonna be excited
yeah,
to have
So
someone else to test the testing on. So he
yeah,
he'll find the loopholes pretty quick if there are any. But
for sure. Yeah.
yeah, I think
I guess I could
like especially
see. Oh yeah,
go
I
ahead.
guess I was just looking in the Discord. Um, what I need to do is add the link in the Discord message.
Oh yeah,
Um,
you gonna drop it in there now?
um, I guess if you want to drop it into, or I guess I could drop it into. I have it right here. Yeah, we have that uh Discord channel for the new raffles, and
Oh
I
yeah,
also
perfect.
I also put the the ticket purchasing messages like in the new raffles, but maybe could
Yeah,
maybe have another channel for that, or you know I don't know.
I think that
We'll
might
figure it out.
make sense actually. Just add a tickets. Um, maybe like when the raffle appears here, it can have like the wallet address that creates it is like the identifier. And then like when people buy
Mhm.
tickets, it can say like 2 tickets were bought for this raffle ID, something like that. I think yeah, it might if you have them both in one channel, it's gonna cause a lot of spam. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah,
might
that's
kind of
awesome
bury the raffle creation stuff.
for
Um,
sure.
but yeah, I think that's like pretty much it for the raffle stuff. Let's see what people have to say about it. Um,
I was gonna I was gonna drop a link. I was gonna just like post a quick update while we're talking.
mhm. Yeah, see if people want to chime in real quick. Is that the I'll let you finish that.
What was it again?
Talk and type at the same time.
I can do it though.
It's like
But what was the trait that you put in there? I can't remember. Uh,
I think it was a Dark Knight helm. Yeah.
I'll verify just to make sure. I'll say it's nothing. And that's something can help with. I can maybe help like pull the asset name and IPS
Hmm.
picture.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool to get the icons in there, for the rewards and the ticket price and everything.
It's our 100 dark.
Mhm. I'm pretty good at slinging these announcements together.
Oh yeah, dude, all day. I used to
Yeah,
have to make
just
a lot of
firing off all day.
I used to have to make a lot of community announcements at the apartments I'd manage. Um,
You use like Chat GPT at work at all for that?
I do often, especially if it's a particularly sensitive thing I'm about to send out. I'll make sure that I'll use it to like filter what I'm trying to say and make sure I'm not saying anything crazy or that I'm not really realizing. Um, especially if for like
Mhm.
liability. But even then, you still have to read what the AI is giving you. Otherwise, you could end up saying some really crazy stuff if it hallucinates and you don't catch it.
Mhm.
So, but yeah, no, I use AI a lot. It's like,
Catches
cause
all the slurs you have in your announcement. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
the
keeps you in check a
unprofessional.
little bit.
Yeah, well, it looks like we got about a minute and a half. Do you want to just go ahead and killed one and we could take like a 5-minute break maybe and start a new one?
Yeah, yeah, I think that
Okay.
wraps up the raffle for now.
Yeah.
So Yeah, I'm down to
I didn't know
reset
if
it.
you had anything else we wanted to go over, or if that was I know we still
Um,
got
yeah, I do have like a little like a little teaser thing.
okay, cool. Cool,
So
cool, cool.
yeah, maybe we
Okay.
could talk about that in the next segment maybe.
Okay, but sounds good.
So yes, I was I guess I was just looking at that last announcement that you had
Mm-hmm.
about
Let me go pull
the
it up real quick.
alga octopus.
Okay.
Um, are they like
The staking plan?
a new group or have they been around for a little while?
Yeah, they've been around for a little while. I've seen them when they like announce some listings. Um, when I believe they were trying to go for one of the Algo NFT shuffle prizes one week. Um, but yeah, they've been around for a
Hmm.
little while. Got a little pretty good following.
Oh, sick. Yeah, so you're just doing like a little like you're sending out their airdrops or their
Ye-
their staking.
Yeah, matter of fact, let me share my screen real quick, and I can kind of
Okay.
just explain that a little bit better. Um, so this was the one you were talking about right here. So
Hmm.
basically, we got the dark coin reward system going. We're trying to kind of fill in the hole left by the algo faucet. So been setting up like automatic staking plans for people who are interested in partnering with us to like, you know, help us test out this like system that we got going. So if you come into I'm gonna get this on the website, but right now you can check like all the different projects we've got and the different reward tiers and the time and frequency those goes out, the asset information. So Alg Octopus 7:08 a.m. Every Friday. Um they got these five tiers of block token, uh Algo Wizards, uh Algolem, then we've got, of course, our Dark Coin tiers, Worm
Hmm.
and Scully. And there's a new Scully tier coming soon. I'm gonna have to add another message because I think this one's at its character limit. And then when the distributions go
Hmm.
out, I've set up webhooks so that it
Nice.
will send every like drops breakdown here. If this helps like the project uh owners or holders see what's going out, kind of gives them an idea of like for budgeting purposes how much Algorand this is going to cost to send these drops out every week, how much of the asset, the reward asset, is going to be going out. Some of these
Hmm.
projects are sending out pretty substantial amount. I want to say that altogether, if you add up all of the Alg Octopus, there's going to come out to like 30 million block here, um, to their holders. So pretty significant. Um, but yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
that's what that's pretty going on there. It's just basically like staking scripts, just I set up a different script for each project, and it just kind of goes through their tier and finds those holders, sends them their reward. Um, you get the idea.
Yeah. So pretty much they like reach out to you and just say like we have these NFTs and we want, this amount of our liquidity token or something sent to based on which NFTs they have. Um
Exactly.
yeah, I mean that's pretty much what Algo Faucet was doing.
Hmm.
And I'm not really sure like where everyone went to, after they were shut
Um,
down.
there's a few. I think a lot of projects just like send out their own drops because it's really not that like crazy to do if you know what I mean.
Hmm.
Like I was able to do it, and I considered like non-existent domain help like with 90% of the work, but uh
Hmm.
uh like building the transaction like one of the most basic things, it was a good like learning task for someone trying to get into it, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But
Is it like a PowerShell that you're using, or is it
yeah, you want to check one out?
okay. Yeah,
Give
sure.
me a second. I gotta let me delete some like API tokens and stuff. I mean, I don't think anybody would do that mess with this, but I just would just rather not. Um,
Yeah.
so you know.
Kind of keep you up at night just thinking about like someone having that. It's definitely kind of an unnerving feeling when you like know for a fact there's an exploit in one of the
Yeah.
one of the apps or whatever. And it's hard to go about my day or whatever normally when I just have that
Oh yeah,
lingering
for
over
sure.
me.
Like it's just not ideal for sure. It causes anxiety, and
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of anything that causes anxiety. Really. Um, let's see. Okay, so I think I'm okay here. Let me just give it more once over. Okay, so very much. If you happen to see something in this, just let me know, and maybe like uh our editor friend just like back out and I missed, but I don't think I did. Anyway, this is probably not the most secure way to do this, just because it does have a mnemonic hard coded in there. But a lot of the projects I've seen send out like staking rewards this way have used uh hard-coded mnemonics, or like uh in the past I was doing it as a user input, and that required me to manually input it, and that was not ideal.
Mm.
So anyway, uh I just initialize the date variable. Um uh this is just like a hard coded like identifier for this script. So this is the AlgOctopus v2 asset that receives block token. Um and I have it generate this exit file. Well, I just initialize it here. So that way, like if somehow the script tries to like run a second time when it's not supposed to on the same day, this file existing will prevent it. Um, because if it checks right here, if it exists, it will exit. Um, so this is the array of asset IDs. This
Mm.
isn't the most optimal way to do this, but basically you can only check holder data on a per asset basis. There's no way to like just look, because you can look up all these asset IDs from the creator wallet. You can't look up like a list of asset IDs and their current holders in one API call. You have to check each one. So uh, just I pull this asset IDs with the short script that just uses creator wallet and queries that. But set the reward asset ID, hard coded uh, ASA name. I could pull this dynamically, but I just, to me, and the way my brain works when I'm going through configuring this, I want to type this in for some reason just to like make sure, because the note field is
Mm.
generated dynamically from these variables, so that way I don't have to like type custom note field every time. Um, and kind of like you were saying, it checks the responses, or it checks the decimals in the asset, because some of these scripts aren't for NFTs, but they're for like tokens, like Darkcoin or the LP token rewards. So with NFTs that are, you know, no doubles, this really doesn't matter, but um, you'll see a lot of stuff that's just commented out because I'm not using it in this type of script. basically I have an NFT script. Uh, I have a just regular token script. Like you're gonna earn X% of this token that you're holding, you know, however often it runs. Um,
Hmm.
and then LP token script, a little bit different because it has to check the amount of algos in the liquidity pool to determine the value of one LP token, and then based on that, it calculates
Yeah.
the reward amount and the value of Darkcoin, which it also pulls from, because they're paired to get the pool anyway. So,
Yeah.
hard coded variable for the reward for asset held. So if you hold one of these, you get 175 of these blocks. Um,
Hmm.
and basically generates a CSV. Um, got a blacklist. This is that dynamic note. And then uh, this this is just like initializing the webhook. I shouldn't have put that. I should have removed that, but maybe editor can. uh, Initialize the function to send the webhook, and then
Hmm.
this loop just iterates through the array of asset IDs, pull the holder data, and it builds the CSV with these columns uh, for the holder wallet address, the amount that's going to be sent of the reward address, um, and while it's looping through, it filters out the blacklist, and you have this. Oh, messed it up. So I initialize an empty hash map table here so that while this is looping through, basically if it finds the wallet for the first time, it just sets it adds that wallet to the hash table and puts a one next to it. And if it finds that holder holding a second asset in the qualified list, it bumps up their count by one so that you just,
Oh, okay.
instead of sending a separate transaction for each at they're holding, it tells you send this guy 5 rewards because he's holding 5 of this reward asset. Um, and
Yeah.
that's what goes into the CSV. Um, Calculate the information to go into that message to Discord here, number of unique holders and total rewards. Then it sends um, it calls that function, passes the arguments to it. Um, and then this is like the airdropper itself. So, um, just something I don't think this is even necessary, but just making sure you have the right version of PowerShell running. If not, it will install and switch to it. You need to have the Algorand PowerShell module. Um,
Hmm.
and so just the initializing the path to the CSV. Um, Not sure why this was done this way. This could probably be refactored. It's not necessary, but uh, you've got your hard coded mnemonic, and you basically just like build a transaction for each wallet in the list. Um, you set the receiver, the amount, the asset, and the note, which is all going to come from a CSV that's going to look like this, which these are being
Hmm.
sent to the Discord channel, but um,
So,
it pulls the
okay. So does it like create the CSV first and then run through the CSV and make transactions out of what's in there pretty much?
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. So it has to build the CSV um in order to, oh shoot.
Hmm.
Well, and then sorry, I accidentally closed all of VS Code out there.
Oh, that's
But
okay.
yeah, that was the end of the script because then after it iterates through the CSV, sends out a transaction for each row, and then
Mm-hmm.
it creates that exit file. So then you have like a payload directory where it puts that CSV and the exit file. Then if it tries to run again, just for some reason, so it doesn't send out more than it's supposed to, it will kill the script if it starts running again, if it detects that exit file. So
Yeah. Um, well, yeah, I think that's kind of how the airdropping works in the web app too, is like someone sets, they want to send this asset based on like uh whoever's holding this asset. And so it just runs through makes the calls to the chain and sees who's holding what, and then, does builds a CSV essentially.
yeah.
I think I think in the web app it just kind of populates like a big array.
Hmm.
And then you can click download CSV if you want to like save it as a CSV.
But
But yeah,
it
it
doesn't
just
actually
like
require the CSV to send the transactions. It just iterates through an array instead. That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, you don't actually have to have any CSVs or anything. It's
Yeah,
just it runs through the array when it sends it out.
that
Um
makes sense. Honestly, if we could get a script for like the LP and token or LP and token scripts that you or I guess smart contracts that you have Darkcoin reward system on darkcoin.com, that would be like a
mhm,
huge improvement to what I have, which is sending out a single transaction for every every reward receiver. It would use the smart contract to batch the rewards out in groups and saved exponential amount of Algorand on fees. So
mhm.
that's
Yeah.
definitely your token airdropper was way better. It's just figuring out how to automate it to where instead of like for coins rewards, instead of having to go sign the transaction manually, I just like could run through it with like a
Mhm.
task scheduler so that it
Right.
automatically goes every day. Um, that would be
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I know we've talked about that a few times,
Yeah.
and um yeah, I think it's with what I have in the web app right now, I don't think it would be too crazy to like make it so people could have it so it like does reoccurring airdrops, which
Hmm.
is I I feel like when I think about airdrops, I think of like a one-time thing, I guess, and then like
Yeah.
the reoccurring airdrops is kind of like what I call like staking. So I guess it'd be
Yeah.
adding like staking plans or something to so people could just enter it in, and they
Hmm.
there wouldn't need to be any like manual setup or anything for it.
Yeah.
Um,
Like kind of like it makes sense to have that as a tool though for sure because like there are a lot of businesses where that is all that's happening is just like a one-time airdrop that's going out and it's not like a recurring staking thing. But
mhm,
so yeah, definitely I think Evil Tool even has something similar like an airdropper. Um I'm interested to see like whose is uh I'd have to play with theirs. I've never tried it. I've tried their other stuff. It's pretty awesome, honestly, but
mhm,
I'd be curious if they're seeing out you would think they would have to be batching the transactions going out, but I'd be curious to try it.
mhm. Yeah. And yeah, I think it's kind of cool. I think Jolly's, with the new Algo Octopus kind of getting on with the staking plans. I'm
Hmm.
not sure if I'm allowed to like I think he might have posted it in the lounge. Um
Uh,
But
mistaken? Yeah, yeah. No, that's public.
yeah, it's kind of cool, to add a little something to our trait swapper, with these projects that are kind of wanting to work with us. Um, but yeah, I think I could show you kind of what I'm working on with it's like somewhat of a new game I've been kind of trying to build out. Um, so maybe yeah, I think yeah, it looks like the Poggy chimed in on the raffles, that reward raffle
Yeah,
button is visible to I believe it shouldn't work unless 'cause I think I have it in the contract so that
you
if
have to. The creator has to sign off on it.
um yeah, so the sender of that transaction has to be my wallet.
Right.
So if someone tried to do that, it could work. But yeah, I definitely need to take that off of there. Um, but yeah, I might just show people like a little sneak peek of what I've been working on. It's like a new, we're calling it Dragons Horde. It's kind of like a new game people can play with their champions. But I just have like a little start on it that I kind of want to show to people.
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'll share my screen. So pretty much you go to arena and then you go to Dragons Horde. And so
So it looks like you were able to name your champions there.
yeah, so essentially I'll show you kind of so when I scroll over it like
Hmm.
it has like health, speed, I have health, speed, armor, strength, dexterity, and intelligence. Um, and then below that are like four different moves.
Okay.
And so pretty much people are gonna join if they want to play.
Hmm.
And then the AI is gonna generate like a character object for them. And the input for the character object is the the champion's properties. So like if they have I think this guy has like a barbarian's helm, so it'll see like, what weapon do they have, what armor, what skin or whatever, and it'll take that into account when it creates their character object. So like some of the moves that they have might um be based off of the traits that they have. Um and so they're all pretty much they're gonna have different moves they can choose from, different stats that will affect like what kind of different damages they can do.
That's
Um,
awesome.
and then the dragon is also gonna have like a object created for it, and it'll be like way stronger than these guys.
Yeah,
Um,
I kind of balance it out since it's multiple champions versus one enemy. That's a
yeah,
boss, basically.
yeah, and essentially like each of the characters are gonna get a turn, and they're gonna be able to use a move on something. And then the dragon's also gonna get a turn, and it might, blast, some of these champions. And um, essentially, how I want to do it is, if like people can select, any of the champions that they own that they want to join with, and there'll probably be like a dark coin fee to join, and the dragon's gonna be guarding that stash. Um, so we might like put in, I don't know, like a 500,000 dark coin or something to start out, and then people can join to try to take down the dragon. And if they take down the dragon, then the people that are there split the reward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and how I kind of wanted to do it was that it's like you can use any one of your moves, but you don't necessarily have to target the dragon. Like you could target like a fellow champion. Um, because if there are less champions in the ring when the dragon's defeated, then there's more like spoils to go around.
Interesting.
Um,
Okay.
so you could create like some like rivalries or whatever. Uh, and then I was also some of these moves they have like an accuracy to them. So if they miss, then it might like hit someone random or something.
Okay.
Um, but there was also like healing moves and stuff, so you could maybe like buff different characters. Um, But yeah, if you get too crazy and too greedy, like the dragon might just like kill everyone.
Yeah.
And then, no one gets the loot and people would have to buy
Typical.
back in to maybe get get a chance at the loot.
Exactly. So
But yeah.
there is a risk reward to it.
Yeah, like your guy might get taken out. Like the dragon might just like, blow your guy up or whatever, um and then you'd be out of the running for the stash. Um, but then also, it's I don't know, it's like I don't know if people want it to be like cutthroat like that, where you can like take each other out and like I'm not sure if people would are like trying to have
Well,
it like that, but I think it would be kind of fun.
yeah, no, I could see people going both ways. Like, I mean, a lot of people, like someone were to do that, it may make people not want to join raids that they're in, or like people might see that that person joined and then they like, get together beforehand and then they all join and just like, gank him, or like
Yeah.
it could encourage people to work together, like you said, because it's like the more people you have working together, the better chance you stand to survive. Like if you're buffing each other and like having some
Hmm.
kind of strategy, it might improve your odds at getting something out of the out of the raid as opposed to it being a total loss. And then like then like when you get close to um the end, then it's kind of like all bets are off because, then it's more feasible for a smaller number of people to finish it off and claim the win, as opposed to like I guess at the beginning where you have the whole ass fight ahead of you. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, there's kind of like a political like aspect to it, like
Yeah.
if someone's like, taking cheap shots at other people, like, people might decide that they want to just like take that guy out or whatever.
Yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, I mean, people might be like, if a couple of people get knocked off, before this dragon is killed, then I'll get like a bigger piece of the pie. So, um, yeah, but then there's also that people might remember like
Hmm.
what someone did to them in the past, and
Oh yeah.
there could be
Hell yeah.
some feuds that form.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah, yeah, it's kind of like I've just been kind of working on the display and the using the AI. I've wanted to play around with the AI and like having like that element of like randomness to games.
Okay.
Um, so I think AI is kind of a cool way to just have that like randomness and just keep things,
Yeah,
interesting and yeah, I think
I
it
think
it
so.
could be pretty fun. It's kind of like a
For
yeah, just like
sure.
a raid or something.
It's honestly, it's a lot more, it's
Yeah.
a little bit more advanced than I expected it to be at this point. But like, I guess you've created like a table based on the traits themselves to where the app is generating the stats. You said based on what traits are equipped to the champion at the time.
Yeah. So it'll say like I'll ask the AI to like create an air like I'll give the AI like an object and say, okay,
Hmm.
like follow this, object like
This
um t
template or this
right, yeah.
prototype.
Yeah, like make the object look like this with all the key, all these keys and the values you can say like, a number between this and this, or like,
Okay.
for the name you could say like I said like a string that is based off of like that properties or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, you give it like all the properties that the champion has, like like this one has the barbarian helm and the reptile skin, and there's like a sickle, I think, behind him. So you can see like the moves that they have are like chameleon cloak, sickle, shadow strike, barbaric fury. So and then it shows that his strength is 15, his dexterity is 12, intelligence 8. So I think it also takes, it kind of tries to sense like, oh, is this like more of a fighter character versus like a caster or something.
Yeah.
Um, this guy has a high dexterity. Um, yeah, I mean it is like, I might have to tweak the AI a little bit.
For sure, for sure. But
If
it'll
it's not. Yeah,
it's it's
like
it's cool to be able to leverage it in this way because it just makes getting the thing up and running at all a lot faster. You know, like if we wanted to add other like layers that were outside of the AI to it afterward, we could, but it's just, it helps to get it going so that people can actually play the game now. Um,
mhm.
just use the AI as the RNG, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, like I was saying, it was like something I've kind of, with all this AI stuff coming out, I've kind of wanted to like play around with like making a game that uses AI for like that randomness.
Yeah,
Um, I think that might be kind of like the new wave of gaming, could be the having it so that each playthrough is like different.
yeah,
Um,
kind of like procedural generation became like a new thing in games when it was like fully mastered, like in like Minecraft or
mhm,
whatever. Like No Man's Sky is a great game that but yeah, I think it definitely
mhm.
has a lot of potential for sure. We got about 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on this run here. Um,
Okay. Oh yeah, this is all I pretty much got so far.
that's awesome.
But yeah, I'll let
Oh
you
yeah.
guys know if and then with the trait swapper and the new traits that come out, it just adds kind of different characters you can
Yeah,
make, and they might have different stats based on the different traits and everything.
for sure.
Um,
Um, I know people have been asked about like the some of the traits not work for them, and it's I was gonna just like quickly do like a little PSA for the end of this video just to kind of show something that can really be a huge help to us. But if you're running into errors with application, I think you should be able to my screen. Um, let's just say if you come to the trade swapper, for example, um,
Mhm.
and just kind of show people how to use the developer tools. I think probably most people do, but just in case, um, I think it's just taking a second here to. I've got a lot of champ. Oh wait, no, I'm using the wrong wallet here. Let me hurry up. Connect my personal wallet
Trying to take off all the clothes.
here. I did get all of my traits isolated. So I'm just curious if maybe I'll experience the issue now that I've got it pulled up. Um yeah, it doesn't look like I have any magic
Mhm.
to test. Um but yeah, if you run into an error when you're using the application, and say for example, like if it's when you're trying to look at a trait, you load up this screen and the trait doesn't load, if you go back and then right click on the page in a desktop browser, go to inspect and select the console up here and for this because I was actually looking at mobile views earlier. Um, typically when you try to complete the action again with the console pulled up, you'll see the data pull up over here on the side. And if you just use the computer snipping tool like this and capture any error messages, send them to me or Anders in chat, or if you can possibly copy the error text, if it's very obvious error text over here that you can just copy out and send to us, makes a big difference in helping us troubleshoot some of these issues. But I think that was
Mhm.
pretty much all I had to say about that, just in case anybody does not know how to do that. Um,
Yeah, I think in some of the functions in the web app, like it'll do like a try catch thing.
yeah,
So it'll be like, okay, try to execute all this code, and if there's an error, catch the error, and I have it sending it to like that
yeah,
Discord channel we have. But
yeah,
I think there might be some parts of the web app that like aren't in one of those try catches that um you know so then we won't receive like the error. Um, so yeah,
uh,
I don't think I have
Zoom.
anything else to really share, but kind of kick
Yeah, I
this
know.
off before we could say our final goodbyes.
Yeah, I know for sure. That's just Zoom being rude, trying to shake us down for some money. Uh, but why do that when we could just use the free version for now? So,
Yeah, I do that if we could just restart it every 40 minutes and
hey,
not pay
it doesn't
anything.
hurt my feelings any. Yeah, exactly, exactly. That's
It's kind of a
free
nice
brain.
little like breather too, and
Yeah. I mean, you got to take breaks. Got to drink
yeah.
water, go to the bathroom, smoke stogies, all that type of stuff. So,
Yeah. Yeah, it works
well,
out
awesome, man.
perfect with my cigarette breaks. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah,
Yeah,
no, I think that was a good little chat. Good to go over some
for
things.
sure. Well, I'll get the video uploaded and sent over to says sorry and see if he could start editing that for us. So, um, but hell yeah, man. Well, uh, yeah, I'll make any ups that need to go on that dark coin to dos, but excited to try testing out that Dragon Horde. So let me know if I can
Hmm.
do anything, and then yeah, I think that was pretty much it. I know I'm trying to get those updates pushed through for Jolly, so once GitHub is updated, I'll download that and uh start
Hmm.
working on that for us. So, but I think that's pretty much
Yeah.
everything. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. We'll see how people like, what they think about the raffle thing, and
yeah,
yeah, I'll let people know kind of how that game is going. It's coming along, and yeah. Well, yeah.
oh yeah,
Until next time, we chat about things.
hell yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Alrighty, take it easy.
All right. Yeah.